Have you ever found yourself lying in bed, lights off, house quiet, yet your mind still switched on? The ticking of the clock sounds louder than ever, and your eyes remain wide open, listening to the rhythm of your heartbeat, feeling every little twitch in your chest. Maybe you toss to the left, then to the right, adjust the blanket, fluff your pillow, and still, sleep refuses to come, and by the time you finally doze off, your alarm is already ringing. Another night has passed, not in restful sleep, but in quiet exhaustion. It's easy to blame age. You might think, I'm getting older, and that's why I can't sleep. Or maybe you chalk it up to stress or just a rough patch. But what if the real reason wasn't in your mind, but in your glass? It might sound strange, but sleep, like breath, is something your body craves deeply and consistently. And just as breath can be disturbed by smoke, sleep can be profoundly disrupted by what you drink. Not everyone realizes that a late afternoon cup of coffee, a glass of wine with dinner, or even a healthy-looking glass of orange juice can be the real culprits behind your sleepless nights. We focus so much on medication, or gadgets, but we often forget the basics. What you drink decides how you sleep. That's why today we're going to walk through a journey together, not to find a magic solution, but to return to something simple and natural, to help you understand, gently but clearly, that you have the right to sleep well, and that right begins with the smallest of choices. First, let's unmask the three silent culprits. Three drinks that seem harmless, even beneficial, but are quietly wrecking your sleep. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to bring you clarity, understanding, and the gentle power to change just one thing, which could change everything. Number 1, coffee, your friendly afternoon liar. How many cups of coffee have you had in your lifetime? Probably thousands. And you've survived, right? But let's be honest. Is your body at 60 the same as it was at 30? Is your nervous system still as flexible? Is your liver, the organ that breaks down caffeine, still as efficient? Caffeine is a stimulant, pure and simple. It keeps you alert, fights off drowsiness, elevates your heart rate, and activates your brain. That's all great in the morning. But when you consume caffeine after 2 p.m., even just a small amount, you're extending that alertness well into the night. You might say, but I fall asleep just fine. Falling asleep, however, isn't the same as sleeping deeply. Caffeine reduces the amount of time your body spends in deep sleep, the kind your brain and body use to recover. It also increases the number of times you wake up during the night, even if you don't remember it. The result, you wake up tired, foggy, drained, and needing more coffee. The cycle continues. The trap tightens. One study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that just 200 milliliters of caffeine, the amount in a regular cup of coffee, consumed in the afternoon can reduce your total sleep by up to 60 minutes. But the most dangerous part isn't the numbers, it's the acceptance. When you get used to poor sleep, you stop questioning it, you stop looking for answers. Try just 1 week without caffeine after 2 p.m. No dramatic detox, just one small shift. You'll be amazed at the difference. Number 2, alcohol, the sweet, deceptive embrace. You know the feeling. A glass of red wine, candlelight, soft music. Wine can make you feel relaxed, even sleepy. And yes, it may help you fall asleep faster. But that's not real sleep. That's a kind of chemical sedation, a shortcut your brain pays for later. In the first few hours, alcohol acts as a sedative. But by midnight, it begins to wear off, and your liver processes it into acetaldehyde, a neurostimulant that can jolt you awake. You feel warm, your heart races slightly, you might sweat, and your dreams become vivid, sometimes disturbing. That's not insomnia, it's biochemistry. Studies show alcohol significantly reduces REM sleep, the deep, dream-rich stage essential for memory, mood, and brain health. In older adults, REM sleep is already reduced. If alcohol steals what little is left, You wake up feeling like you never slept at all. Worse, your body can start to ask for alcohol each night as a sleep cue, creating dependence, both physically and mentally. I'm not telling you to quit alcohol forever, but if you're drinking it after 7 p.m., understand that you're gambling with your sleep, and it's a gamble that never pays off. Number 3. Juice, the sweet trap disguised as health. This surprises most people. Juice really isn't that supposed to be healthy. The problem isn't the vitamins, it's the sugar. A glass of orange juice can contain up to 21 grams of sugar. That's nearly 5 teaspoons. When you drink juice at night, your blood sugar spikes, insulin rises, and your body enters alert mode. Especially in people over 50, insulin sensitivity drops, meaning your body processes sugar more slowly. That stimulation lingers through the night. You may find yourself tossing and turning, waking up for no reason, or having intense, bizarre dreams. This isn't random. It's your body reacting to sugar. Here's a simple test for 3 nights. Don't drink any juice. Replace it with warm water. Observe your sleep. You may be shocked by what you discover. We've just uncovered 3 hidden disruptors: coffee, alcohol, and fruit juice. They may have been part of your life for decades, but you don't need to give them up forever. You just need to observe, to listen to your body, to try one small change. In the next part, we'll move towards something more gentle and healing. I'll show you 3 drinks, simple, natural, powerful, that could help restore your sleep without medicine, without struggle, just by trusting what nature has always known. And from there, you'll start to feel something different, not just in your sleep, but in your waking life too. You've probably heard the phrase, "You are what you eat." But here's a softer, more personal truth. You'll sleep according to what you drink. And that's not just poetic. It's backed by decades of science. And more importantly, by what your own body has been quietly telling you all along. As you pass the age of 50, sleep stops being something that comes effortlessly. Your body changes. Melatonin levels drop. Your circadian rhythm becomes more fragile. And even small things, a flicker of light, a distant noise, or the wrong kind of drink, can keep you awake for hours. You may have told yourself, "I've lived through sleepless nights before. I'll live through them again." But you shouldn't settle, because sleep is where healing happens. It's where your mind and body reset, where your heart takes a break from the relentless pace of the day. You deserve sleep, and you deserve to know that the answer doesn't have to come from a pill, but maybe from a cup of tea, a warm sip of water, or a gentle golden drink made at home with love. So now I invite you to imagine this tonight. You walk into your room. You dim the lights. The world is quiet, and in your hand is a small cup. No sugar, no caffeine, no noise, just warmth. You drink slowly. Your shoulders soften. Your breath deepens. And without effort, you drift. It may sound like a fantasy, but the truth is you could start this tonight. Number 1, chamomile tea, a soft gift from nature. Chamomile tea, simple, unassuming, no commercials, no fanfare. But sometimes the simplest things hold the deepest power. For thousands of years and from ancient Egypt to traditional Chinese medicine, chamomile has been used to calm the nerves, lower blood pressure, and promote restful sleep. And now, modern science confirms what the ancients already knew. Chamomile contains a compound called apigenin, a natural flavonoid that binds to GABA receptors in the brain, slowing overactive neurons and gently encouraging drowsiness. It's like a soft blanket being laid over your thoughts. No pressure, no force, just ease. If your mind races before bed, if your brain refuses to shut down, try a cup of chamomile tea 30 minutes before sleep. Don't add sugar, don't complicate it. Just the tea and you. Many have reported that after just a few nights of chamomile, they fall asleep faster, wake up less often, and feel calmer in the morning. Not because they believed in magic, but because they gave it a chance. And maybe tonight, you can too. Number 2, warm water, the ancient secret. Everyone forgot. We search for complicated answers, superfoods, supplements, programs, but we often forget that what our body craves most is what's most basic: water. A glass of warm water, just slightly above body temperature, can have a profoundly calming effect on the nervous system. It raises your core temperature slightly, and as your body cools naturally, it triggers a sleep signal. It's similar to how a warm evening bath helps babies drift off. Warm water doesn't just aid digestion, it sends a subtle message to your brain. It's time to rest. There's no caffeine, no sugar, no stimulation, just peace. You can add a thin slice of ginger, a drop of lemon, or drink it plain. Take slow sips. Sit still. No screens. Just breathe. You don't have to change your entire life. You only need a cup of warm water before bed to let your body do what it already knows how to do. Number 3, golden milk, an ancient nighttime ritual. This isn't just a drink, it's a ritual, a moment of pause, a way to tell your body, we're done for today. It's time to heal. Golden milk, a blend of warm milk dairy or plant-based turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, and a touch of honey, is a centuries-old Ayurvedic recipe, and each ingredient plays a healing role. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerful anti-inflammatory that soothes brain tissue and reduces oxidative stress, two major causes of nighttime restlessness. Cinnamon helps stabilize blood sugar, preventing the midnight spikes that wake you suddenly. Milk contains tryptophan, an amino acid that promotes serotonin and melatonin, your body's natural sleep hormones. Honey, a touch of natural sugar, can gently trigger insulin, helping tryptophan reach your brain. You don't have to be a master chef. Just warm a cup of milk, stir in a pinch of turmeric, a dash of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of honey. Breathe in the scent. Let the warmth settle in your chest. Sip slowly. Golden milk doesn't just help you sleep, it makes you feel cared for. And sometimes that's what we need most at the end of the day. A healing journey doesn't have to start far away. You might be wondering, can something this simple really work? And the answer is, you won't know until you try. Think of it this way. If your body has been trained for decades to sleep poorly, you can't expect to fix it overnight. But if you start tonight with a single gentle choice, you're sending your body a powerful message: I'm coming back to you. And your body will respond with steady breath, with unbroken sleep, with mornings that don't begin with groans and caffeine, but with energy, ease, and clarity. Simple tips to begin tonight. If you're unsure where to start, try these 3 gentle steps. No caffeine after 2 p.m. Drink a cup of chamomile tea or warm water 1 hour before bed. Turn off all screens at least 30 minutes before bedtime. You don't have to change everything. Just one habit, 1 cup, and soon your whole inner world might start to shift. In the next part, we'll explore how to create a bedtime ritual, a small series of actions that guide your body into sleep like a lullaby. I'll share true stories from people just like you, real people, real struggles, and real healing, who found peace not through medication, but through mindful habits and warm drinks. You'll see you're not alone, and you're not powerless. Picture yourself walking into your bedroom. It's 9:00 p.m. The sun is long gone. Everything outside is still, but inside, the noise hasn't stopped. Thoughts you didn't finish, worries you didn't answer. You feel tired, but not sleepy. Your eyes are heavy, but your mind is running laps. Have you been there? This is when sleep stops being a reflex and starts needing to be invited. Not by pill, not by force, but by ritual, by a series of gentle acts that tell your body, it's okay now. You can let go. At this age, you may no longer be the person who can fall asleep as soon as your head hits the pillow. You need to be led into sleep, the same way a child is lulled by a lullaby. And here's the beautiful truth: you can create that for yourself. Not through dramatic changes, but by choosing what you allow into your body and how you care for your nervous system at the end of the day. Number 1, build a bedtime ritual. A bridge toward rest ritual doesn't have to mean something fancy. It just means a predictable set of steps that your body comes to recognize. A quiet rhythm that lets your brain know, we're done for today. It's time to rest. Imagine your nightly rhythm like this, 8:30 p.m. You brew a cup of chamomile tea, no phone, no TV, just you and the steam rising gently. 8:45 p.m. You dim the lights, no overhead glare, just a soft, golden lamp. You sip your tea slowly, breathing deeper. 9:00 p.m. You brush your teeth, wash your face with warm water, move slowly, without rush. 9:15 p.m. You sit on the bed, open a quiet book. Nothing dramatic, nothing thrilling, just something steady. 9:30 p.m. Lights off. You lie down, you breathe in, you breathe out, and you let your body take over. That's it. No drama. But if you do this night after night, your brain starts to connect the dots. It begins producing melatonin on schedule. Your heart slows. Your body sighs with relief. And you find, maybe for the first time in years, that sleep comes without a fight. Number 2, Nancy's story, from sleeping pills to peaceful nights. Let me tell you about Nancy, a 63-year-old retired nurse from Idaho. She worked night shifts for nearly 20 years. When she finally retired, she thought sleep would come easily. But ironically, that's when insomnia hit her hardest. Every night I stared at the ceiling, I drank wine, I tried pills, but I still woke up groggy, snapping at people, forgetting things. I wasn't myself anymore. Nancy eventually visited a naturopath. He didn't hand her medication. He handed her a plan. First, no caffeine after 1 p.m., then chamomile tea nightly, then a simple bedtime ritual. The first week, she was still restless. The second, she began sleeping in short stretches. By the third week, for the first time in years, she slept 6 hours without waking. I cried that morning, not because I was emotional, but because I realized sleep isn't a luxury. It's a right. I just needed to learn how to open the door again. Today, Nancy still keeps her routine. Chamomile tea, soft lights, no screens after dinner, and she says, I feel human again. I laugh more. I remember more. I'm alive again. Number 3, overcoming doubt, rediscovering gentleness. Within, if you're thinking, this probably won't work for me, I understand. You're not alone. Millions of people feel the same way, especially after so many failed attempts, so many exhausting nights. It's natural to be skeptical. But here's what's different this time. You're not numbing your body. You're listening to it. You're not sedating your brain. You're gently guiding it home. Think of this as a relationship you're rebuilding with your own sleep. And like any relationship, it takes consistency, patience, and trust. If you've been sleeping poorly for 30 years, don't expect to undo the damage in one night. But if you start tonight, 1 cup of tea, 1 gentle light, 1 screen turned off, you're telling your body, I want to come back to you. And your body will respond with calmer thoughts, with deeper breaths, with mornings that don't begin in a haze. Number 4, practical tips for your first nights. If you're unsure how to begin, here's a 3-step mini plan. Tonight, no caffeine after 2 p.m. 1 hour before bed, drink chamomile tea or warm water. 30 minutes before bed, turn off all screens. You don't have to fix everything at once. Just fix one thing, try it, repeat it, and soon, sleep will become less of a struggle and more of a natural return. In the final part of this journey, I'll show you how good sleep changes everything. Your memory, your heart health, your mood, even your lifespan. I'll also introduce the 7-night sleep promise, a small challenge with big rewards, and to help you reclaim one of the most precious parts of life that aging so often steals the ability to truly rest. So stay with me, and remember, needing sleep doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. And it's time to treat that humanness with tenderness. If I asked you, do you want to live longer, feel happier, and think more clearly, you'd probably nod without hesitation. But what if I told you that the answer doesn't lie in a pill, a procedure, or a program, but in something you already have the power to restore a good night's sleep? Here's the truth: sleep doesn't just rest you, it heals you. In the silent rhythm of the night, your heart repairs itself, your brain flushes out toxins, your memory is reorganized, and your immune system, your body's silent guardian, grows stronger. Many people don't understand the value of sleep until they lose it. When they spend night after night awake with anxiety, when they depend on sleeping pills, when they wake up again and again in the dark, not even knowing why. But I'm here to tell you something important. You can get your sleep back, and it can start with something as small as what you drink before bed. 1. Good sleep is the foundation of lifelong health. Let's walk through just a few of the incredible things that happen when you sleep well. Your heart rests, blood pressure naturally drops during deep sleep, reducing your risk of heart attacks and strokes. Two of the biggest dangers for people over 60. Your brain is cleaned during deep sleep. The glymphatic system removes toxic proteins like beta amyloid, which is linked to Alzheimer's disease. Your blood sugar stabilizes. Deep, regular sleep supports insulin regulation, helping prevent type 2 diabetes, a common issue with age. Your mood lifts. Sleep deprivation lowers serotonin levels, leading to depression, irritability, and emotional imbalance. Good sleep restores emotional control and reconnects you with joy. You live longer. Long-term studies show that people who sleep well consistently live longer, suffer fewer chronic illnesses, and retain sharper minds well into old age. And all of that begins with sleep. And sleep begins with what you allow in, especially in those final hours before bed. 2. The 7-Night Sleep Promise. A gentle but life-changing challenge. I want to invite you into a small commitment, not for me, but for you. A 7-night challenge. No apps, no expensive tools, no prescriptions, just you and your body working together again. Here's the promise. Night 1, no caffeine after 2 p.m. Drink chamomile tea by 8 hours 0 p.m. Lights off by 9:30. Night 2, no screens after 8 or so p.m. Take a warm shower or bath before bed. Swap wine for warm water. Night 3, replace fruit juice with golden milk. Write down one thing you're grateful for before bed. Night 4, use only soft, amber lighting in the bedroom. Listen to soft music or rain sounds. Night 5, try 5 minutes of deep breathing or silent prayer. Inhale, exhale, repeat 10 times. Night 6, replace your phone with a real book. Choose something calm, no thrillers. Night 7, reflect on what worked best for you. Keep it. Start a sleep journal. What time did you fall asleep? Did you wake up? How did you feel in the morning? By the end of these 7 days, you may rediscover something more valuable than goal control over your own rest. 3. David's story, finding sleep again after loss. David, 71, was a retired teacher. When his wife died from cancer, sleep left him too. It wasn't his body, it was his heart. He tried pills, he drank. He kept the TV on all night to drown out the silence, but it only made him feel more lost. One day, his daughter, a nurse, sent him a book about bedtime rituals. In it was a golden milk recipe, a nighttime plan, and a note: try this, not for sleep, but for Mom, for me, for you. He tried, reluctantly. The first night was rough. By the 3rd night, his pulse was slowing. By the 5th, for the first time in years, he slept through the night without waking. I didn't think I could feel peace again, he said, but I found it. Not in a pill, but in a moment of quiet, in a cup of warm milk, in a deep breath, in the permission to be kind to myself. Today, David still drinks golden milk every night. He journals his sleep, not to track it, but to remind himself every night of rest is a gift, and I'm learning to be grateful again. 4. The end is also the beginning. If you're still struggling with sleepless nights, I want you to know you are not alone. Millions just like you are tossing, turning, and whispering to themselves in the dark. But you do not have to accept that this is your life now. You can begin again. Tonight, right now. Here's what to remember. Avoid caffeine after afternoon. Skip the alcohol at night. Stay away from sugary juice before bed. Instead, drink chamomile tea. Have a cup of warm water. Try golden milk. Just 3 small decisions, 3 gentle steps, 3 open doors, back to your natural sleep cycle, where your body can heal, your mind can rest, and your heart can find stillness. Make a promise, not to me, but to yourself, that you won't let sleeplessness steal your remaining years. If this video touched you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about. Maybe a spouse who's been waking up at 2 a.m., a friend who's tired of pills, or an aging parent who hasn't had restful sleep in years. Share it as a gift, not of knowledge, but of hope. And if you're ready to try, type in the comments, "I'm starting tonight." I believe in you. I believe in the wisdom of your body. And I believe that healing can begin with one small, quiet cup.